Here are the facts. On May 1st, 1776, a Bavarian professor named Adam Weishaupt founded a group called the Illuminati, or Illuminated Ones. Historians don't always agree on all of the group's goals, but those goals did include the abolition of organized religion and the destruction of the nation-state. In a word, anarchy. But that wasn't uncommon at the time. Many Enlightenment-era intellectuals condoned some form of benign anarchy. Weishaupt's group differed initially in its strategic spread. Members of the Illuminati infiltrated the lodges of Freemasons to gain influence and power. Oddly enough, this plan was a success. The Freemasons were already a secretive organization, and they had a penchant for welcoming freethinkers like Weishaupt into their fold. Members of the Illuminati rose to positions of leadership in Freemason lodges throughout Europe, and they did so in secret. Weishaupt's group developed a system of codes and secret gestures to preserve their covert order, and only the Illuminatists at the top of the organization knew the full extent of their plan. However, the Illuminati themselves had internal conflicts, and soon former members came to the authorities with ominous stories and accounts of strange rites and dangerous, world-changing schemes. This created an uproar in the establishment, and by 1785, officials in Bavaria ordered both the Illuminati and the Freemasons suppressed. After this, it becomes difficult to track the group. Some members doubtlessly went underground, and some conspiracy theorists believe Illuminati members triggered the French Revolution. Although details of the group's actions remain fuzzy, most mainstream historians agree that the Illuminati fizzled out and disappeared after 1785. Or did they? Historians differ on some details of the Illuminati and its founder, but agree that Weishaupt was both a real person and the real founder of the Illuminati. After Bavarian officials ordered the group suppressed, Weishaupt fled Ingolstadt and settled in Gotha in 1787, where he renounced his connection to secret societies and passed away in 1830. To some, this death marks the end of the Illuminati, but to others, Weishaupt's death was far less important than outsiders suppose. In fact, they don't believe he founded Illuminism so much as he revived it, and the Illuminati, according to some conspiracy theorists, aren't Bavarian at all. Here's where it gets crazy. Many conspiracy theorists believe the Illuminati's origins date back into prehistory, operating under different names throughout the ages, including the Brotherhood of the Snake. Conspiracy theorists such as William Bramley believe that this secret society can be found in Sumerian scriptures that mention the Anunnaki, who are alternately described as aliens, angels, or gods. The creatures allegedly came from another planet and created human beings as a race of servants. Weird stuff. Here's where it gets even crazier. Theorists like David Icke believe the ancient aliens bred with human beings, creating a race of hybrids. According to Icke, many of the world's elites are descended from these hybrid bloodlines. He also believes these beings can shapeshift between reptilian or human forms. And who are these Illuminati exactly? Icke has named everyone from the banking families to US presidents, European royalty and celebrities as members of this secret, not entirely human organization. In Icke's view, the Illuminati have therefore been with human beings for a long, long time, and have consolidated control over the world's media, its finance, and governments. With such outlandish claims about the Illuminati's origin, it's necessary to dig up some proof, and that's the problem. While it is true that Sumerian records describe a mythic Anunnaki, there is no hard evidence that these creatures were real, rather than works of folklore or religious fiction. Additionally, it was not uncommon for secret societies in the 18th and 19th centuries to create a mythology about their group's origin, pretending to descend from ancient figures such as Hermes or Thoth. These claims of eldritch magical beginnings added a certain allure to organizations. Skeptics are quick to dismiss these claims as smoke and mirrors. But here's the catch for the conspiracy theorists. If these elites actually do control everything, then they have the ability to rewrite history, covering their tracks. In this context, the absence of any proof is occasionally seen as a vindication of the conspiracy theorist beliefs. Adam Weishaupt was a real man, and the Bavarian Illuminati was a real organization. But did Weishaupt found the Illuminati, or did he simply revive a much older, more secretive group? Skeptics dismiss these strange theories as nonsense and lowbrow fiction, but conspiracy theorists across the globe believe at least part of the ancient Illuminati theory. If we suppose, for the sake of argument, that the Illuminati are real and active organization, then there's only one important question. What are they planning to do next? Skeptics don't believe the Illuminati exists today, and they argue the boogeymen described in conspiracy theories probably never existed in the first place. But to conspiracy theorists, the most pressing question about the Illuminati isn't how they came to exist. It's what they plan to do with centuries' worth of influence and power. If this group is real, then what do they want? Here's where it gets crazy. The Illuminati are at the core of numerous, often contradictory theories. These theories have several common themes. The first is generally thought to be the establishment of a one-world government. According to theorists like Mark Dice, manufactured crises or false flag attacks will force world citizens to accept the security of a global government. Other theorists predict that these false crises may be staged religious experiences, wars, or economic collapse. The second commonly alleged goal of the Illuminati is the massive depopulation of the planet through disease, war, or starvation. In this theory, the Illuminati wants to reduce the world's population to approximately 500 million. The theorists who believe this goal quote Prince Philip's controversial remarks about population growth, along with the Georgia Guidestones, which set out a strange list of commands for the future. The third and most obscure perceived goal of the Illuminati is the achievement of something called the Great Work. The Great Work is typically associated with Freemasonry. This work is alternately described as a magic spell, a ritual, or spiritual transcendence. However, the specifics of the Great Work are thought to be closely guarded secrets. Theorists also claim that the modern Illuminati operate under different names in groups such as the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, or the Trilateral Commission. Theorists allege that leaders of world government, finance, and trade secretly plan to accomplish Illuminati goals in these meetings. In short, these groups are interlocking pieces of one large conspiracy, and while some leaders may appear to be competitors, they are in fact cooperating. Skeptics are not convinced. While it is true that the Bilderberg Group doesn't release public records of their meetings, many other groups do. Secrecy alone is not necessarily sufficient proof. So where does this leave us? Are the Illuminati real? How could a small group of people with such grand ambition keep it secret for such a long time? While the conspiracy theories surrounding the Illuminati range from implausible to downright bizarre, this doesn't mean the entire concept is without merit. As the world experiences dramatic rises in income inequality, wealth and influence are increasingly found in the hands of fewer and fewer people, and globalization has made the world a much smaller place. While a global government may have been impossible for most of human history, it has now become a possibility, if not a probability, of the future. The idea of a shadowy elite beyond the rule of law running the world for its own pleasure may be fiction now. But for how long?